Over 40 years ago, just after he graduated from high school, this talented Hoosier musician fell in love with the saxophone. He packed his bags, traveled to New York, and toured with some of the greatest musicians of that day.
When I joined Jay McShann's band in 1942, I joined as an arranger. I was writing for Al Hibbler, who was one of the vocalists with him, and also Walter Brown, the blues singer. Then we went to New York, and when we got to New York, Charlie Parker, I didn't know it at the time, he was on his notice then. When we got to New York at the Apollo Theater, he was fired. And so I took his chair. And the first day at the Apollo, first show, Charlie was sitting in the front row. So I came out to play my solo, and closed my eyes and blew. I knew I'd burned it up. Turned around to go sit down, and he'd fallen asleep.
Like many musicians, Jimmy participated in World War II. Afterwards, he came home for a few weeks and ended up staying, a move he still regrets today.
The happenings were in New York City at that time. All of the major record companies were there. And a recording contract, although you didn't get much money even then, it could put you before the public. You'd make money because of the record.
Filled with melodious enthusiasm, Jimmy pulled his own band together and in 1952 recorded an album. He called it the After Hours Joint. It portrays an after-hours nightclub on Indianapolis's famed Indiana Avenue.
But she got good beef steak and mutton chops.
Run, Jody, run.
Well, it smells so good coming from that pot.
The After Hours Joint was on Indiana Avenue, down by Pat Riley's upstairs. And all the characters in After Hours Joint are real people. That was a rap record. But it was rap, it was a subtle rap.
Throughout the years, Jimmy has performed, conducted, and written music for all types of occasions. He's written everything from classical to gospel, and at age 72, he's still going strong. Here, he's at a recent appearance in Bear's Place in Bloomington, Indiana.
Trio is usually the smallest group I play in. Like organ and drums and saxophone. I like organ because the bass is always in tune.
These days, Jimmy is adding another chapter to his list of accomplishments. Now, this lifelong music maker is busy trying to pass his legacy to another generation. With educational emphasis on science and technology, Coe feels that the importance of the arts, music in particular, may be overlooked.
The high school kids and the kids coming out of grade school need help. If a kid doesn't have private lessons now, he's in trouble. If he doesn't have the desire within himself to really learn that horn, he's in trouble. There's not much help for him.
James R. Coe has spent most of his life as a Hoosier, performing his craft to the delight of those around him. Over the years, he has touched some of the brightest stars in the music industry. Indications are he could have been one of them, but he chose to stay here and play his beloved music. Overall, he has few regrets.
I guess the big band is my main thing, my first love, and playing proficiently is my second love. You know, you got to keep up these young cats on those horns. As a future, you know, I'm 72 now, the future ain't too much. But I've enjoyed it. I wouldn't trade it for nothing. If I had to do it again, I would do the same thing I've done before.